Fans of HBO's Insecure are not happy about Amanda Seales' character, Tiffany, being an honorary member of the AKAs. Now, Seales seemed unbothered by the backlash and explained she plays a fictional character and she never claimed to be a soror. Now, the executive director of the AKA sorority sent a letter stating that the show was not authorized to use their brand and they are not, taking steps to protect their brand. I want to ask you two, are the members of fraternities taking things too far? Let's start with you, Al. What do you think?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is a process to this in using our Greek letters. We stand on the shoulders of our forefathers and foremothers that have gone through a lot. But let me just break it down to basic law. All right. This is around licensing. It's about acknowledging something that you've used on your public platform. The same way that these shows can't use water bottles. Claudia, you know this. Q, you know this. When you're on the set of VH1, you've got to take the water bottle label off. And that's why you guys see on these shows that you have to take those covers off of the water bottles because it's a licensing issue. In this case, they should have asked the sorority for use of their Greek letters, and they should have gotten permission. And I feel like if the director is saying that they didn't do it, so therefore they broke protocol, and they have a right to address that. I think it's less about her playing a character and less about them not following protocol. But let me turn this to something positive. The thing that I like the most about this is the visibility that it has brought the Divine Nine and as well as the HBCU conversation that we've been having for the last couple of months. This really has spearheaded because I had a cousin of mine, a little niece, and she's, 5 or 6 years old. And she was like, why are they mad at the AKAs? Because I come from a family of AKAs. So the fact that these communities and families are having a conversation around this is a positive from all of this uproar.
Okay. Q, what are your thoughts?
You know what? I got multiple thoughts. So number one, Al, I honestly wish that those who were upset about the legalities of it all, right? I really wish that they were upset about the paperwork, but you being Greek, you know that they're upset for the simple fact that she's not Greek and got their stuff on. That's number one. Number two, I think a lot of people have gotten in my comments as AKAs and said, we don't know these AKAs that y'all are talking about that are so mad. Apparently there was one person on a post or something and it caught on like wildfire. Number three, one thing I know from my over 11 years in media is that the truth never matters. The only thing that matters is perception. Right. And I think this week the AKAs take a L because the perception to the average person is that y'all being petty. Because she was represented in an extremely positive way. She was at Stanford. She looked good. She was in Gucci and gold. She was married. She had a career. She had a child. She stood for finding womanhood and everything, the embodiment of what you would want a K to be. And the average person that does not understand the Greek system is looking at y'all and like, what is this complaint really about? Again, the truth never matters. It's about perception. And the perception is y'all are being petty right now.
Now, sorry, Claudia, but I just want to add this real quick. Now, but you got to remember, this is new territory for us Greeks, seeing our actual letters in famous and big mainstream media. Now, when Spike Lee did it, and he did it long years ago, he changed the letters because of getting the licensing around that for the movie. So I think it's a mixture. I think you're right. And she was portrayed in such a positive light. I didn't get that. I didn't get the outrage for that either, but I do understand the outrage as it relates to licensing.
Did a different world use the actual Greek letters, or did they use?
They made fictitious organizations.
They made fictitious letters for what the actors were, but there were in the scene deltas, there were in the scene alphas and AKAs, but they did get that approved by each organization.
I'm all about finding the silver lining in situations, right? While I think we don't need to set a precedent where movies and shows can just go on using people's letters without authorization, the same way we're getting this huge push to HBCUs because of the Beyoncés and the medias, I mean, this character might inspire a whole group of people who don't know nothing about being no doggone AKA to go on and pursue the organization. So my whole thing is look at the positive in this situation.
Right.
Yes, give HBO a tap on the hand. Next time y'all use our stuff, please call us and get authorization. But it's not a bad portrayal. And I think at the end of the day, it actually will do more good than it did harm.
Right.
So in the future, organizations, TV shows, movies, get the authorization. And on the other side, fraternities and sororities, you know, I feel like they really came for it extra hard because it was Amanda Seales, and people love to give her a little bit of hell.
I think so,
do.
yeah.
I think she has a little bit to do with it. And I love that she spoke out against it. Let's take a quick break. We got plenty more show coming up. After the break, we'll be back with more TGIF. 2 minutes.